Y'all thought I was done talking about mental health? Nah, this is about to become a series because this needs to be talked about. Doesn't get talked about enough, in my personal opinion. We're gonna get into it. Cue the intro. Welcome back to Dude Unearthed. This is my second time today. I'm gonna keep it 100% with y'all. I'm gonna jump right into it real quick here, man. This is my second time today recording a podcast. I recorded maybe a half an hour podcast earlier on mental health. This is our next installment on mental health. And I went back and listened to it. And can I be honest with y'all right quick? I'm going to be honest with y'all right quick. I'm going to give y'all the 100, man. That audio was trash. I didn't like it. And if you've heard my podcast, I've already told you I hold myself to the highest standard. The high standard that drives folks crazy. So when my audio sounds like trash, I'm sorry. I don't want to put that out there. I'm not that desperate to send something out here. I'm trying to put the word out here on mental health. And I can't do that if the audio's not right for you guys. So anyways, I guess this is how we're starting out this podcast. But first of all, I'm going to say what I say every week. Check on yo people, man. Check on yo people. Never know what they going through, man. Never know. Could be going through a lot. Could be smiling. They could be people that like to bring light to everyone else and not put any light on their own situation. Keep their situation in the dark. Keep it bottled up. So I'm that type of person, man. I like to bring positivity amongst everybody else. I like to find solutions for everyone else. So I'll smile even in a situation where things might not be going 100%. I'll give you an example right now because all those who are listening to this podcast who are going through something, I want you to let you know you're not going through it alone. So I've had all this happen just within the last couple of days, man. Woke up yesterday, my account isn't where I would like it to be. It's just that time of month where you're still waiting on some payments, your accounts receivables. You have commercial clients who are supposed to pay you by now, but you know how that goes. They pay when they want to pay. And next week is the time where anyone who still pays us monthly pays us. So it's that nice time of the month where things get a little tight. So my account is nowhere near where it needs to be. That's just real life. Letting you know, once again, we all in this together. It's one of the, I would say, flaws of running business is always going to be cash flow. Unless you have it right. And I'm going to tell you right now, mine isn't right. This is one of the things I'm working on with my business. So that's one thing. My truck has been losing acceleration. My box truck. My main mowing rig. I actually tried to record that podcast in that vehicle earlier. And it's so doggone loud. The engine and everything being a 2001 Isuzu. Well, it's pretty much a Isuzu NPR. That the podcast was trash because of that. So, anyways, that thing's losing pressure to the point where you push the gas, it's not really accelerating. Found out that was a vacuum line going into the EGR. Push that back on there, zip tied it temporarily. going about my business, but all the hoses were looking kind of old and like wore out. So they were just popping off because of that. Then I'm at my second to last house today and notice there's oil dripping from my truck. I crawl up under there. This is the same truck. And I see it's got a leak. I happen to be around the corner from my client. From my mechanic. And again, I say everything for a reason, so pay attention to how I'm saying this. I'm right around the corner from my mechanic, who's not really that close to my house, but he was close to the house that I was doing, where the shop is. Okay, so I swing by the mechanics. He looks up in there and he goes like, "Oh, it's your oil pressure line." So that truck's out of commission. You know, I got a full week of mowing next week with Memorial Day weekend coming up. Those who know, my Monday that Memorial Day's on, that whole route I'm doing next Friday. So Monday through Friday I'm doing nothing but mowing. So all these things happen, right? What am I going to do? Oh my gosh, my account's not where it is. Oh my goodness. I don't even have the money for a repair, and now my truck is down. Oh wow. How am I gonna do it? Man, screw that. That's not me. That's not my style, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. There is a point in time where I would have just stayed upset in this situation. But you know what? That's not where I'm at now in life. I believe in God, man. He doesn't ever put anyone through more than they can handle. He puts his toughest soldiers through the toughest situations so that we're ready, so that we're battle ready, battle tested. So you know what? I look at the positives. Yeah, my truck isn't all the way, my work truck is, has a leak. That could have happened in so many places. I was way down on my furthest part of my route earlier today. What if that had happened out there and it got to the point where it did break down? Then we're talking about a tow truck. I'm right around the corner from the mechanic's joint, from his shop. I was able to take it there. He was able to figure out what it was right away. I was able to find a part, cross-match it on Amazon for $58, which compared to everywhere else I was looking at, that's a pretty good price. The vacuum line is not a big deal. $6, $7, $13 total for two different size lines. 24 feet of each, I think. Might be longer than that. So where we can cut out the sections that we need, the measurements that we need, and just replace the vacuum lines. I notice a little squeak on my brakes on that truck every once in a while. I was like, while I'm on there, let me go ahead and throw some heavy duty pads in there. Found them on there for like $40-something. So I'm looking at the positive. And I hadn't ordered the parts yet because you know what? I'm still waiting on the client to send a check. I'm waiting on clients to send checks. But that's going to happen. I'm going to order those parts and that truck's going to be back on the road probably within a couple days, probably next week. Is that terrible that my main mowing rig went down? No. I know a lot of people expect me to say yeah there. Again, looking positive. God bless me to where I always have backups. I could let all this affect my mental health. Y'all, I could sit here and get upset to the point where I'm depressed over this. And believe me, I've been there. Where I just let myself get completely upset by it. But you know what? I gotta look at the positives. The truck I'm in right now as we speak, driving, is, my 2022 Ram 2500. That is my backup truck for mowing. That's a pretty nice backup if you ask me. I have a 20-foot trailer at the house. That is my backup for the box truck. So it'll be okay. I can still get out here and get it. So I gotta look at the positives. I can't sit around and be upset about that. Heck, I could have 3-4 checks in the mail tomorrow. On top of that, what is it that I could do? I could follow up on sales. I could follow up on my accounts receivable because most of mine is automated by system. You know what? Instead of letting it be automated by system, let me check it out, see what I can do. So this is why I say we're solution finders. We need to be our own solution finders, or our mental health is just going to go crazy. So let me ask you now that you see that I can actually relate with this podcast, I can actually relate. I'm not just out here blowing smoke and telling you or giving advice and tips or whatever on stuff I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm going through this with you guys. So let me ask you what I ask every week. How you feeling? How you doing? How's your mental? Is there a situation that you're in? If there's a situation that you're in, please find someone to talk to. Please, even if you have to vent to somebody. And if you can't find anybody, you don't have anybody close to you that's going to understand, that's in your industry, you know, sometimes you got to reach out to some of these people through social media. If somebody's in the lawn and landscape industry and you don't have anybody close to you that, you know, you could talk to, shoot me an email, ldlmllc@yahoo.com, ldlmllc@yahoo.com, and I'll be happy to sit there and converse with you. You know, we all in this together. So, you know, don't drive yourself crazy. Keep your mental in check, man. Just know it could always be worse. There are many people who are not on this earth anymore. Those are people that can't fight for anything at this moment in time. We're still able to do so. We're still able to wake up every morning. Remember what motivates you. Remember what drives you. These are things that I have to do on the regular, man. When I'm going through something, sometimes I've just had to remember what motivates and drives me. And you know what? After that, I'm usually A-okay. I lace up my kicks and I get to it. I get to my hustle, man. I get to work. Because sitting around crying about it, sitting around, oh my gosh, how do I do it? I don't know how I'm going to make it, isn't doing anything. And again, I could also be like some of these, you know, men who don't want to talk to nobody because they're so tough. I could be like this. Yeah, man, I'm the big dog. I eat nails for breakfast. I'm about to go bench press, drink some energy drinks, and drive diesel trucks. Wow, brap, 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 on my dirt bike. Again, fool. That's what that is. Talk to somebody, man. Let your feelings out. You know what? If you know somebody that might be going through something, especially a strong person, a strong woman, a strong man who always says, I'm good. Oh, yeah. Definitely check with them and see if they're actually good. Because a lot of times they ain't. I could definitely speak on that one. A lot of times they are not good. It's just easier for them to say they're good, so they don't have to sit there and talk about it because they don't want to express that. We can help with mental health. This is not talked about nearly enough, man. A lot of times mental health, a lot of people who are going through mental health, a lot of people who are just struggling right now, what will help them is to have somebody that listens to them. One thing I've always been good at is listening. Speaking on my feelings and what's going on with me, that's something I've been working on. I'm not even going to sit here and lie to you. I've been working on that. That's where I have my downfall at. But listening is something I've always tried to do my best at. And even there, I could do better. The type of listening where you ask somebody how they're doing, especially those who are married, I do it with my wife all the time. I ask how she's doing. And one thing that I actually had to learn how to be better at is ask how she's doing, or you ask how anyone is doing, and you just don't say anything. You let them talk. You only put your input in when they're ready for you to put your input in. Because sometimes they need to get stuff off their chest, which will make them feel a lot better. So let me ask again, how you doing? How you feeling? How's your mental? Are you checking in on people? Because you got to check on your people, man. We got each other. We're all in this together. So you know what? I'm gonna get off my soapbox right now, man. This week's episode on mental health. I hope that you guys can see that you're not alone in this. I go through stuff just like you guys go through stuff. I get fired up because it's so many of us going through stuff right now that don't voice it. Now I just voice some stuff that's real personal about stuff that's going on with me. Again, because I want to be relatable. And I hope that that helps. I hope that helps someone know that, hey, at the end of the day, it'll be all right. There's always light at the end of the tunnel. You just got to actually find it. You can't sit back and not look for it. Again, if somebody, find somebody near you that you can talk to. You ain't got nobody to talk to? ldlmllc@yahoo.com. That's my email. Y'all take it easy. Y'all be safe. Y'all take care of your mental. Y'all talk to your people, man. Talk to somebody. Don't hold it in. Be easy and stay blessed. Peace. Thank you for listening to Dude Unearthed, where we dive into deep topics, discussing not only the highlight reels, but we talk about the lowlight reels, the struggles, the successes. Anything we want to talk about for today, we will cover on this podcast. Once again, I appreciate you for listening to this. If you can, please give us a 5-star review. We are currently on Apple, Spotify, Anchor, YouTube, and still working on a few more. Thanks again for listening to us. Y'all be blessed. Peace.